Indonesia may have won political freedom in 1949, but the battle was far from over. Because colonialism doesn't always leave with flags and soldiers. Sometimes it lingers, in banks, in boardrooms, in buried contracts written in foreign languages. And Indonesia's struggle was just beginning. After centuries of being drained, the country faced staggering poverty. Infrastructure was built to extract, not to connect. Education was reserved for a privileged few. Healthcare was almost non-existent outside urban Dutch centers. More than 90% of Indonesians had been locked out of the economy that ran on their backs. Then came the loans, foreign aid dressed as help, but often a leash. Indonesia was told to open its markets, cut subsidies, and follow economic models written in the West. The same powers that once plundered the Spice Islands now returned as advisors, investors, and partners. But the deeper wound was political. In 1965, the Cold War collided with Indonesia's internal tensions. Following a failed coup attempt, the origins of which are still debated, General Suharto launched a bloody purge, claiming to root out communists. Over 500,000 to 1 million Indonesians were massacred in one of the worst mass killings of the 20th century. The United States, Britain, and Australia backed Suharto's regime. Why? Because he promised stability. Because he opened Indonesia's economy to Western interests. Because he wasn't Sukarno, who had dared to defy both capitalism and communism and tried to forge a third path. Under Suharto's 31-year rule, known as the New Order, dissent was crushed, media was censored, and indigenous groups were marginalized. Foreign corporations gained massive land concessions. Forests were cleared. Oil and gas were tapped. Palm oil became a gold rush. And while Jakarta glittered for the elite, rural communities were displaced, traditions uprooted, and the very soul of the archipelago was commodified. Indonesia had become free, but not free of the system. In the next and final section, we'll look at modern Indonesia, the fight for indigenous rights, the revival of culture, the environmental crisis, and the people reclaiming their power, one voice at a time. Ready for the closing chapter?